welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena Saleh, the EdTech Guru, where we explore all things EdTech and education related. All right, let's do this. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today let's talk about what are the 6 things you should be looking for when you are vetting EdTech products. One thing that has been proven very, very true during the pandemic, COVID-endemic, that we are currently in is the need for EdTech products. EdTech products meaning something that is online with the ability to communicate back and forth with students or with different kinds of capabilities is very, very important, because when teachers are teaching synchronously and asynchronously, it just makes the teachers' lives easier and is a really great resource for teachers to be able to utilize seamlessly within the classroom. So what are some things that we should look for when adopting an EdTech product? One of the things that's important to look for when adopting an EdTech product is to make sure that it has engaging either exercises or lessons that the students can do independently. This is important because when you're doing synchronously or asynchronous type lessons, you want something that you're able to see that the students are going to be engaged, and it has just smaller size lessons. These students are not trained for this current world of education. They've been trained for the old school world of in-person and much easier exchange of feedback and help. And so we need to make sure that things are bite-sized and easily have the ease and ability to break down. Another thing to think about is, does it have some sort of gamification inside the platforms? At CodeMonkey, we have a lot of gamification that occurs. There's stars that students are getting. They are moving through a story map and they're collecting different things as they go through, making it more fun while they're learning. Kids, especially younger age students, are not wanting to go through and look at code in the traditional way that code was taught or is taught to computer science majors. They need it to be something that's fun and engaging. If students are on TikTok, students are on YouTube, and they're being able to disseminate information pretty quickly, I'm not saying they're disseminating the information well, but they are acquiring information very, very, very quickly. So it's important for them to keep that gamification piece. It's shown in trendline data that students actually are able to achieve at much higher levels when gamification is included within any of these EdTech platforms. Another thing to consider is, does the platform give feedback in a timely manner? So I know, like I mentioned at CodeMonkey, we have a live tracking progress page. I know that code.org reports information back to the teacher side of things, and you're able to see exactly how the students are working. And this is going to be important because if the world continues the way that the world is continuing, we're going to continue in this either asynchronous, fully remote, or hybrid type of model. And I think this is here to stay, but that's another time. Students are going to need to have feedback pretty quickly. They look for infinite feedback loops. They're receiving information pretty quickly and they want to have their information right back to them. And as a teacher, you also want to be able to see, are the students active? Are they working? What are they doing while you're delivering this instruction? Another thing that we have to consider when vetting these EdTech products is it going to lighten the teacher's workload? The teacher's workload is already so heavy. They carry so much weight on their shoulders, as I've mentioned time and time again. But something that can make their lives easier is have something that has automated grading or has the ability to export to Google Classroom, or you can download something as a CSV and upload it right in. When a teacher is having more students than they've ever had, I talked with the teacher this week. She's at a virtual academy and she had 45 sections of students, each with about 40 kids inside of each of those sections. It's absolutely impossible for her to be able to acquire the data needed to grade those students, especially authentically grade those students. It's just absolutely impossible. So having something that is lightening the workload for teachers is going to be really important, and that has an ease and ability of use. Another thing to consider is, with the ease and ability of use, does it have the ease of rollout? Is there going to be a lot of work for your technical department or for your teachers to be able to do setup? So something to also keep in the back burner. The last and final thing to consider, is it going to have an impact on students in a positive way? So will the students come out with a stronger skill? So if they were to finish parts of CodeMonkey, will they come out knowing computer science principles? If they're working through a math concept, or let's say they're working on a math program that has some gamification inside of it, there's lots of fun ones that do that. Are the students actually acquiring the knowledge that they need within the gamification itself as well. So you're wanting to make sure that the students are able to show growth and you're able to track that growth. How does it relate? I know that with computer science, it relates to writing, it relates to just being able to handle riskier, more challenging situations because they're able to take a risk. They're able to understand that you fail multiple times before actually receiving the answer. And a lot of times you have to be very meticulous and methodical about your coding itself as well, because you need to be able to identify when there's a syntax error, which is usually what gets most developers down. So let's go ahead and review those 6 things to watch out for. 1, is it bite-sized, easily digestible for students? Does it have some sort of gamification? Are the students able to have some fun while they're actually engaging in the platform itself? Is there some kind of feedback loop happening? Is it timely? Can the students see it in real time? Are they able to see why they're not getting something correctly? And is it easily able to be communicated between both teachers and students? If the platform itself doesn't have that, you have already Google Classroom in some way to communicate, but is there another way that the students are receiving feedback? Is it lightening a teacher's workload? So is their workload lightened? Are they having to learn an entire new program just to be able to teach it? Or are they able to hit the ground running and just get moving? And then that same note is, does it also lighten the workload of those at the district so that they're not having to load hundreds and thousands of students in? Is it easy? Is it transferable? And then the last thing is, does it make positive impact? Is it making a positive impact on student outcomes? So are the students coming out stronger than they had started? Or are they coming out the same? If they're coming out the same, you really need to rethink the product itself. Also, when you're vetting these resources, it is important to look to see if the resources are aligned with your standards. A lot of times, I know that no one ever asks me quite often about the standards to see if their standards align. I know their standards align. I can tell you that their standards align, but it's important for you to also look at that too and see, is it actually standards align? I always recommend when doing unit planning that you're writing out the standards. Where are they associated? Where will you be seeing them? I think those are very important topics to bring to the table. The last thing that is not part of these resources here is, what does the budget look like? Is there a way that you can work with these edtech companies and edtech distributors to make sure that this product is available for you year over year? You also need to think about continued training for teachers. So even though the product may be easy to use, it's engaging for students, it's going to be really important that teachers are getting continual training, bite-sized chunks. So will the company work with you to do that? And I definitely 110% recommend an upgrade of purchasing a professional development package. It is really going to make the teachers that use the product way more engaged and less frustrated when they are actually well trained on the product. So digestible, bite-sized chunks of training for the teachers. I hope this is something that you enjoyed. If so, please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And until next time, bye. Once again, I want to thank you so much for following along on this journey. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And until next time, bye.